Hi, Professor Sharp. I'm Caitlin Forster, and I'm in your Biology 2406 class. I've enjoyed your class and working on this project. Let me show you the details of my town. So the town identity, island or mainland. The name of my mainland town, which will house a maximum of 750 residents over an area of 12,000 acres, will be Tranquility Springs. What are the homes, shops, buildings, and furniture constructed of? All homes will be constructed from brick in a specific color palette. The shape of all residential structures must be in a square of the same shape and basic design, but owners can select the colors used inside and their unique curb appeal. Each home will have 2 charging posts for electric automobiles and must sustain a multi-sort composting and recycling system. All businesses will be constructed from brick in a specific color palette. The shape of all businesses must be rectangular of the same basic design, but owners can select the colors used inside and their own unique signage. Each business will have multiple charging posts for electric automobiles and must sustain a multi-sort composting and recycling system. Important to the support of Tranquility Springs, designed also in brick and closed to outside visitors, will be the Child Care Center, the school, the multi-denominational denominational church, and the community center. What types of food will be grown and eaten? Whole food crops grown at Tranquility Springs will include tomatoes, potatoes, all types of beans, squash, onions, carrots, lettuce, celery, corn, watermelon, pumpkins, and more. Grain crops grown at Tranquility Springs will include hay, grain, maize, and cotton. The focus for crops will be on seasonal production and regular rotation of fields to sustain soil viability. And here are the fields. Animal stock grown at Tranquility Springs will include cattle, beef and dairy, hogs, chickens, sheep, and fish. What are the clothes made of? Those in Tranquility Springs will focus on obtaining clothes by either sharing those with other families or taking their items to the resale shop and receiving a 1-for-1 exchange. The in-town seamstress will be able to mend items and/or redesign clothing to meet the need of others and will operate a sample-to-order design service. How to sustain the town? How will we get money? The residents of Tranquility Springs will maintain their own financial resources in terms of cash. However, some trading will be at the will of others, of their individuals. The way of the residents of Tranquility Springs will sustain their town with the internal ownership of the businesses. The town itself will feature a variety of specialty businesses that would be of interest to others, such as the bakery, the butcher shop, the florist and greenhouse, the grocery store, including eggs, cheese, and dairy, the resale clothing and household item shop, the seamstress, the free restaurants, the farm to table, the Italian pizzeria, and the Tex-Mex. Who doesn't love some good Tex-Mex? The yoga meditation, holistic health studio and specialty tea house. The use of brick will address long-term sustainability for all structures and upkeep will be handled by the in-town mason. Furniture will be primarily designed and constructed from wood and fabric. The town, what is your energy source and how will it work? The town will have electricity, but all homes, businesses, and other structures in Tranquility Springs will have solar panels on the roof to draw energy from the sun. Electrical cars will use charging stations found at each home and business. Windmills will be located strategic to each area of stock production to filter and replace water in retaining ponds. So what are the jobs of the people? Some of the jobs that will be available in Tranquility Springs will include a teacher at the school, a mason in town, a framer in town to help the mason, a baker, a butcher, a child care provider, a florist, a seamstress / clothing designer, a farmer to raise our stock and our crops, the welders, a water purification tech, a plumber, an electrician, and a trash compost collector. The town will hold simple elections to name a mayor and 3-member town council. The only paid position will be the town secretary. Each Saturday, Tranquility Springs will feature a massive farmers market right on the outskirts of Tranquility Springs that will showcase seasonal crops, but also baked goods, canned goods, specialty clothing items, fresh herbs, and plants and flowers. The acreage will also offer these amenities to raise money for Tranquility Springs, and representatives from each family must support these initiatives. The funds earned will be aligned with the overall community sustainability and maintained by the town secretary and treasurer. A pay-for-entry wildlife preserve with a drive-through and some special observation areas. A pay-for-entry cultivated fish pond. A fall festival event focusing on the sale of pumpkins and other town wares. And a watermelon festival event focusing on the sale of watermelons and other town wares. So what are the rules of Tranquility Springs? There are no gas or diesel automobiles. Only electric cars, bicycles, mopeds, or motorcycles. Since those interested in the wares of Tranquility Springs are not likely to have an electric car, one of the businesses at the edge of the property is a small Uber office located here that allows them to park, then takes them into the town where all the businesses are within walking distance to each other. During the seasonal events, they utilize horses with wagons to shuttle people to the site. There are no tobacco products. At age 16, all children start to learn the trade of their choice and or plan to work in the business of their parent. Similarity in home and business structure design, and there is required composting and recycling. How will the children be schooled? All the Tranquility Springs children will have the option to attend the in-town daycare, which focuses on early childhood enrichment. As of age 5, all children will be required to be homeschooled or transition to the multi-grade on-site private school. One of the educational aspects of Tranquility Springs will be having farmers work with the school teachers to start seedling plants. This will support their science program. All of the children will also assist, based on their age and ability, in planting and cultivating the community garden, which will be used solely to supply food, to the school and residences of the town. What are the transportation options and rules? As noted previously in the town rules, no gas or diesel automobiles are allowed. How will we dispose of the town wastewater and trash? In terms of water treatment, the flow from the structures to a small yet efficient facility where chlorine and aluminate sulfate is added to break down organic particles. Then the water is put into a settling basin, travels through sand filters, is treated with lime, and is finally put into storage reservoirs for home delivery. Each household and business will be required to compost and recycle paper, plastics, and metals. Whatever remains will be placed into trash bags and taken to a single collection point behind the school for daily pickup. How will the water be transported and cleaned? Tranquility Springs is located at the foothill of a mountain, which is found in the wildlife preserve. During the winter, there is a heavy snow, which is converted to liquid water during the spring and summer months. With the large amount of water coming to the mountain, a system of gravity-fed aqueducts and irrigation channels catch it. It is then filtered and delivered to the town's residents. The brown lines on the poster are the roads to the town. So this comes from out of town and into the office, the Uber office, and leads to the farmer's market. If you go straight down, it leads into the crop fields and to the barns. If you take the road over, it leads into the town and into the square where you can walk to the various businesses. And from the town square, it is only a short walk to the homes. Branching off from the square, there is a road that leads out to the wildlife preserve, down to the wastewater treatment plant, and down to the trash compost site. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed my project and it was very fun to make. Thank you.